Hello again everyone, I'm Jamie, and welcome back to Trick Bricks. We're going to continue our Wild West retrospective today by taking a look at set number 6755, The Sheriff's Lockup. This classic was released in 1996, contains 176 pieces, 4 minifigures, and retailed for $25 in the US. No Western town would be complete without a sheriff's office/jail, and I think this one does the job pretty well. But before we get into the actual structure, let's take a quick look at our minifigures. This wouldn't be much of a sheriff's office without a sheriff, so of course he's included, complete with his silver star hat, gray suit, and black pants. He wields a revolver and a rifle. He was never given a proper name here in the United States that I know of, but in different parts of the world he was known as Sheriff Duke, Sheriff Skymore, and Sheriff Wild Wyatt West. And his trusty steed is included as well. He comes with a brown saddle which has clips on each side for holding weapons, and he's also given the white brick and plate to fill in his back gap when his work is done for the day. Backing him up in the fight against the bandits is his loyal deputy. Again, in the US, he's simply known as Red Shirt Cowboy, but Zach and Deputy Dan were a few names given to him across the globe. He wears his white hat, red shirt with leather vest, and blue pants, and he's got a revolver to keep him company. And he's gonna need it because Flatfoot Thompson just rode into town and he doesn't look too happy. I said it in our last episode, but as far as the minifigures in this series go, I really think the bandits steal the show, with excellent detailing and very expressive face prints. And Flatfoot isn't in town for no reason. He's come to spring his fellow gang member from the Clink, the low-down, swindling card shark Dewey Cheatham. He's looking quite dapper with his top hat and flashy green jacket and vest, which is nicely and appropriately decorated with the 4 card suits. His face print looks great here too, and I especially like the tiny bit of metallic ink used for his gold tooth. For accessories, he has a revolver, but even cooler than that is this 1x2 tile featuring a printed full house. I love this piece, and it comes in many of the Wild West sets, but they're all identical. It would have been nice to get at least one different hand, but I'm guessing most kids don't know how to play poker anyway, so one variation works fine. Now that we know who's who, let's take a look at where the action is taking place. There are 2 separate structures here, with both being built on a single 16x32 tan base plate. The sheriff's office is plainly marked by this large stickered sign on the roof. I like its design, especially the inclusion of all these little bullet holes scattered across the face, but unfortunately, this is a single decal applied over 2 separate bricks, which is a method we'll actually see in many of the Wild West sets. There's always the chance that these bricks could separate during play or in your parts bin, causing damage to the sticker. Luckily, LEGO has pretty much stopped using this method these days. The porch roof has a nice slant to it thanks to some hinge plates, and if we move on down to the ground, we'll see the first thing that greets anyone entering the office. This small wanted poster for Flatfoot Thompson, who's wanted dead or alive for bank robbery. This is a nice little print that adds to the realism of the set, and it's one we'll see again in the future. In Old West fashion, the building itself is actually raised up off the ground. You've got a step leading up to this substantial front porch area, which has some railing detail and these support posts. I would have liked to have seen a rocking chair or bench or something sitting up here for the sheriff to relax on, but that's an easy custom addition. 2 large stickered windows flank the front door, letting in some light. I think stickers work fine here, but if you're picking this setup used like I did, you'll find that these translucent decals often have fingerprints or dirt or hair or who knows what else trapped behind them. And you can see some bubbling in spots on these as well. I'll probably be picking up either a new sticker sheet or try to find the same window piece with a nicer decal. Once we walk through the front door, we'll see the interior is fairly modest with just a safe and a small desk. Besides having a gray box instead of black, the safe is the same one we saw in our last episode, with this very nice printed green door. But if we open it, we'll find it strangely empty. That's because our sheriff is one smart cookie, knowing that the safe is the first thing the bandits will be going after, so instead, he hides his valuables in a secret compartment. And where might that be, you ask? Inside the desk, of course. Here we have 4 chrome gold coins, one of my favorite LEGO elements. Sitting on top of the desk is a single coffee mug, and this chair is interesting in that it's built on hinges, so the sheriff can lean back and put his feet up after a long day of catching criminals. In order to see where he puts them, we'll have to go back outside. I think I would have preferred the jail cell to be inside the office, like it is in almost every Western movie ever, but this doesn't bother me too much. It has some interesting design cues that keep it from just being a gray box with bars. You've got several of these arched windows with the black grating, and a small open window on the side here with a torch and coffee mug. Up top, the roof has plenty of room for posing a minifigure behind these brown palisade bricks. More room than inside the actual jail cell, in fact. To access the interior, this barred door can be opened, and inside we'll see that the space is pretty cramped, with only 2 studs on the floor for placing a single bandit. Of course, both baddies can fit in here if you don't mind having them unsecured to the floor. There is, however, one more way to get inside, but the sheriff isn't gonna like it. If we spin around to the rear, you'll notice this little slot right here at the bottom of the wall, which is designed with a very specific purpose. You're given this printed 1x2 tile with the dynamite deco, the same one we'll see in nearly all of the Western sets, and if you slide it into this slot, kaboom! This is a very cool play function, achieved by using this Technic shock inside. To reset it, just press the shock back down into position, replace the wall, and now you're ready to blow it all up again. I could do this all day. A few more details complete the look of the set. A prickly green plant, and this large barrel, which is big enough for hiding a minifig inside. Overall, this is a must-have for any Western town layout, despite its few flaws. The A-fool in me would rather see a completed building with 4 walls and maybe a bit more interior detail and larger jail cell, but that's what makes LEGO so great. You can follow the instructions to a T, or just let your imagination and creativity run wild. If you'd like to add the Sheriff's Lockup to your collection, a used set is generally going to run about $30 to $40 on eBay or Bricklink, with brand new sealed kits edging closer to $100. Hopefully you found this video informative and entertaining, and if you did, feel free to leave a thumbs up and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll be returning to Legorado in our next episode, just in time to watch a cavalryman roll into town. Until then, this has been Jamie for TrickBricks. Take care everybody, and play well!